Good morning, Robert. Did you see today's newspaper?
Yeah.
Is that you?
No, this is other guy.
The other guy? What's he doing?
He got this old cooking.
Very nice. Well, I want to give this to you. You want a copy?
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Here you go.
Thank you, sir.
So the cover of today's Palm Beach Daily News was a picture of the people here working on the windows, maintaining our beautiful architectural windows of the synagogue. And it reminded me of something that it says in the Bible, in Tanakh, that when King Solomon built the Holy Temple, he made the windows of the temple shkufot atumim, narrow on the inside and wide on the outside. Why would he make them narrow on the inside and wide on the outside? So the rabbis explain in the Talmud, because the purpose of the windows of the temple were not to bring light into the temple, but to shine the light of the temple and the candelabra out to the whole world, to light up the world. And it's interesting, the Palm Beach Daily News, the headline with the picture of the man repairing or maintaining the windows of the synagogue said, "Window to the world." And that's what a synagogue is. It's a window to the world, to bring light from the Torah and the candelabra and Judaism to the whole entire world. But perhaps there's another metaphor here, and that is that every single person is a window to the world. Our soul is a window not only to bring in light, but to shine our inner light forth. And sometimes we may feel like we're a narrow window. We may feel we have our limitations, our constraints, our narrow spaces within ourselves. But King Solomon's temple reminds us that while we may feel narrow on the inside, we still have the ability to be wide on the outside. Our light can literally shine throughout the whole world. Don't feel that you are too narrow to shine. Every person has the ability to shine widely, broadly, and literally light up the world with the light of their soul, because their light of their soul is a part of God. We are tonight going to begin the joyous month of Adar. Adar is the happiest month on the Jewish calendar. And we know that happiness comes from focusing on our light and shining our light forth. You know, when I looked at this fellow repairing the window, I was reminded of the story of 3 individuals who were cutting wood. And someone walked up to them and said, "What are you doing?" They were chopping wood and cutting wood for a construction site. So the first person said, "Well, I'm cutting wood. That's what I'm doing. I'm cutting wood." And that's it. The second person said, "Well, I'm not just cutting wood. I'm supporting my family by making a living cutting the wood." And finally, the third person said, "I'm cutting wood because I'm building a palace for the king." Sometimes we can look at the menial tasks that we do in life and feel they're just mundane. But if we keep our eye on the bigger picture, the meaning of how we are creating light through our deeds and illuminating the world around us, then we find simcha, we find joy and meaning and purpose in everything we do. And so as we begin this month of Adar, let us remember to use our windows to light up the world. And when we do that, we'll find true and meaningful joy. I'll just conclude, on this Sunday, my wife Dini will be running a marathon for a wonderful organization in Israel called Afikim, which helps underprivileged children. And once again, running a marathon could just be exercise, or it could have a higher meaning and purpose to help support poor children from struggling families. And then there's a new sprint in your jog. And it was reminding of a story of a woman who had MS, multiple sclerosis, who ran a marathon. And they asked her afterwards in an interview, "How is it that you have multiple sclerosis and you're able to run a marathon?" And the woman responded by saying, "Have you ever sat and watched TV and you're flipping through the channels and you come across a channel that has static or no signal? You could either stare at the channel and complain that there's no signal, there's no static, or you could flip to the channel to another channel that's working and enjoy the entertainment." So too, she said, in life, we all have our static. We all have those areas of a life that we don't get a good signal. We could either dwell on that and be depressed, like I could focus on my MS and be depressed, or I could change the channel and focus on what I do have the ability to do and shine my light in those areas, and then I find great joy and meaning. Wishing everyone a Chodesh Tov. Let it be a joyous and happy month of Adar.